Hi, my name is Erin Jensen, and I am reporting on the results of Project 4 and Project 5 for this now Project 6 video. I specifically created a peer review writing workshop handout as well as a video about the handout that I gave to students as they were getting ready to participate in a peer review, an online peer review through Canvas, our LMS system. So that's what I created for Project 4. Project 5, I then interviewed students, and then Project 6 is this presentation about what we found. Okay, so the why and the how of it. Students in all of my classes were participating in some kind of research essay, research paper, research report this semester, and I was having students do it and online through Canvas as opposed to passing out hard copies in class. And I found that as I have taught this in the past, that students often get stuck in very specific parts. There's a couple confusing parts of the whole process. So I wanted to create material that would help them through it. I also find that students often struggle to self-revise. It's very hard for students they know what they were trying to say, so it's very hard for them to find that awkward wording or there's parts that don't make sense. And so one of the solutions is to have a peer-reviewed writing workshop where other students have a much easier time finding those awkward or unclear spaces because they don't have that connection to the writing that they're reading. So, peer review writing workshop. There's lots of research. It goes back to the 1980s on research and why you use peer review writing workshops. Very briefly, students have an ability to provide feedback to each other that they themselves cannot provide for themselves, again, without self-revision. Students gain ideas on structure, on content by reading other people's and seeing how other students structured their writing, how they brought in examples, how they used research, etc. Students are engaged in the process of writing as well as the process of revision because as they're reading other people's, they're thinking about how they can maybe take what someone else did and apply it to what they're doing, or maybe they recognize their own errors in what somebody else did, and so they go back and they change. And then the research is very clear that all students, regardless of their ability and reading and writing level, can successfully participate and make good comments on each other's papers. So for students, I gave them two options. Option one, they just got the PDF instructions that I turned in for Project 4. Option two, they just got an 8-minute video reviewing the PDF. And so those were the two options given to students for their peer review. Now Project 5 had me interviewing 6 of the students. 3 that got option 1, just the PDF, and 3 that got just the video. And the results of that, so students with just the PDF, option 1, said it'd be really nice to have had a video to listen to as well. That would have been, so just reading it to hear me talk through it and talk about some of those sticky spots would have been really helpful. Students with just that 8-minute video, though, said they would have really liked to have the PDF so that maybe could follow along as I was going through the PDF, and then that would make more sense to them. Students also with just the video said that the 8-minute video was really hard to navigate. That maybe they wanted to go back to a specific place, but because I hadn't put in any time markers on it, that they were just kind of zipping through trying to figure out where it was. So they said, maybe you could put some time markers on it. Maybe you could make shorter videos and have them linked together so you just have a small 30-second to a minute video about where to click on the names, where to find it, and then another short one. And so they're linked together, but it'd be much easier to navigate between them. But all 6 students agreed that providing students with both a PDF and some kind of video lecture would be the most helpful option for this. So, to summarize, providing students with both PDF instructions and the video would be the most helpful, as students agreed, and I agreed as well. Definitely, both as a visual learner and as someone who learns best by reading, having both those options are very helpful. Also, there's a need to shorten the length of video. 8 minutes was too long, and students were not thrilled to watch it, especially without any kind of time markers so they could go back to specific points. Overall, though, students really appreciated my efforts in creating the video and the PDF in Project 4, and I also will say this is the first time I've created instructions. I found that to be very helpful for students, and I plan on using those instructions for all of the rest of my classes. So thanks so much for providing us an opportunity to create things that we can actually use in our classes. Thanks.